Hi everyone, so this video is going to be about my Stanhopeinae group of orchids. So this is Paphinia rugosa, and it's a bit of a mess right now. Did well in the previous location where I had it, and then I moved it to the window where it's too cold, and also it dried out a little too quickly. And then I moved it to the kitchen where it was warmer. But I don't think the humidity is good enough because, as you can see, I had 2 flower spikes and they completely dried out, so that's not good. Although the good news is I have 2 new growths on it, so I think this will be okay. I think I'll need to move it to its old location. The reason why I moved it in the first place was so I can see the flowers better, because they do hang down. And in the old location, it's in the back of the shelf, so it's hard to see. But maybe I can move it there first to get flower spikes, and then once the flowers open, I can move it where I can enjoy the flowers. So yeah, this did do well for me, but then I screwed up its care a little bit, so back to square one. This is Polycycnis barbada. I actually bought this pretty early in the hobby when I was still fresh and new. I'm not sure if that's the best thing to do, but on the other hand, I learned a lot. It's starting to do better for me. It did go downhill a little bit, but it pushed out this new growth, so that's good. And this old growth is starting to become depleted. When I first got this plant, I think it tried to spike for me. The spike ended up drying out, so I'm hoping now that I see that it's improving that I can get another spike. I believe it spikes in the autumn, so we'll see. This is Coryanthese misasii, and for a while I had it in a basket close to the window, and I had a hard time keeping it moist, so the growths on it aren't that great. But after I moved it to a pot on the shelf, this pseudobulb grew a lot bigger compared to the previous one, so I think it's happy in that location. And this new growth is doing pretty well. There's some mold at the top of the media, but I'm just ignoring it. I think it's having another mite problem again, so I have to spray it down. Overall, I struggled a little bit with this plant, but I think I found the best combination of the pot and the placement, so I think it's going to do better for me now. So this is Stanhopea nigro-violacea Batman, and this is the biggest or widest. This is the widest orchid I have in my collection so far. I don't really like how big it is, even though the plant body itself is not that huge. There's a very large leaf span, so there's hard to make room for it. So right now that the weather is warm enough, I've been leaving it outside and it seems pretty happy. So this is the latest Pseudobulb, and compared to the previous one, it's a bit bigger, so that's good. Last year it did give me a spike, but it dried up, so I never got to see the flowers, so hopefully that changes this year. To be honest, I'm considering getting rid of this plant. I know the flowers are really cool, but it's just so wide, and I don't know. Just contemplating, haven't decided yet. Alrighty, so those are my Stanhopeinae plants. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!